Let's talk about van sizes and what is the perfect sized van. Well, the perfect size van isn't just about how long your vehicle is. This particular van, my Hino bus, is, I think it's sort of just under 7 metres, so it's like 6.4 metres, something like that. So this is too big to park in a normal car space. However, if you're tricky, you can find car spaces in amongst all the little vehicles. You'll find a car space where you can sidle up in, you can back in and actually overhang the back of your van at the rear. So a bit of a grassy patch or something like that, you often find parks like that, and I can sneakily park this in places where you can pick up a sneaky little coffee and really be in nobody's way. You don't want to back up and have any kind of a hill behind you because you only get a tiny little bit of clearance between your tailpipe and the road. So you've really got enough space to back over the top of a gutter and not much more. And that's important to know when you check a motorhome and you're considering buying a motorhome, is how much clearance you have overall with that overhang, because you know that overhang, if you were to go up a steep driveway, for example, as you go up the driveway you can actually bottom out at the back, and I often bottom out if I forget to take my tow bar out. So yes, you really need to consider the length, but you also need to consider what you're doing in the van. If you're living in a van full time, I would argue bigger is better. You want as much space as you can possibly get. However, that needs to be counted with where you're going to park your van. Are you going to park it on a friend's lawn? Are you going to park it in a caravan park? Are you going to park it in somewhere free? Because you cannot park a big motorhome, you know, over 7 meters on just any old street. You need to be aware of load ratings on roads and all kinds of things when you go big. So yeah, big can be a pain in the butt, and then you end up, I don't know, towing a car or something like that, which just adds to the complexity of the whole thing, and you're trying to have a simple life. So small, you know, that has its attractions too. You can park it anywhere, you can fly under the radar. That whole van life thing, it's as good as coffee. If you get a small van, it's just so sneaky, so versatile. You can go anywhere. But do you get a shower? Do you get a toilet? Are you opening the back door of the van and cooking out the back where everybody can see you, which just feels weird? So it really does depend, doesn't it, on what you're going to do. Ultimately, what you need to think about when you're looking at the right size van for you is, firstly, what's your budget? Smaller is generally cheaper unless you're talking about something on a Volkswagen base in a brand name sort of fit out, which are beautiful but costly. Then you need to look beyond budget to where are you going to park it? Do you need to be able to fit in a normal car space, or are you happy to park out in the boonies? Or are you going to have to be watching out for load-rated roads and all these kinds of things when you get into really big rigs? And then finally, how much time are you going to spend in your van? If you're only just sort of sleeping in the van and you've got a gym membership and you've got a job and you're really just sort of skipping the rent trail, well, you know, you can get away with something pretty small. But if you're looking to like retire and this is your whole thing, and you know you want all the creature comforts that you've always wanted, including a coffee maker or something, then probably you're going to want something a little bit bigger. Are you driving a big rig, or are you flying under the radar in a little stealth camper? I would love to know. Hit me up in the comments. Let us know what you're driving and why you chose that. I've got a wedding to film. I'm out of here. See you next time.